The natural world is filled with an incredible diversity of animals, but some species are so rare that few people have ever heard of them. These animals, often on the brink of extinction, inhabit remote areas and face significant threats like habitat destruction, illegal hunting, and climate change. What makes these creatures so fascinating is not only their rarity but the fact that many play critical roles in their ecosystems. When a species is endangered, the impact goes far beyond that species, affecting everything around it. Some of these animals were discovered recently, while others have almost vanished before scientists could fully study them. From mammals to birds, reptiles to amphibians, these unique creatures remind us of the fragility of wildlife and the importance of conservation. Throughout this text, we will explore 10 of the rarest animals in the world, delving into the stories behind each one, their characteristics, and the challenges they face to survive. You join us on this journey through biodiversity and discover how conservation efforts around the world are working to prevent these species from disappearing forever. Let's start with the rarest cetacean on the planet, the Vakita. Number 1. The Vakita is a small porpoise found only in the shallow waters of the Gulf of California, Mexico. This species is considered the world's rarest cetacean, with fewer than 20 individuals remaining, making its situation extremely critical. The Vakita was discovered in 1958, and since then, its population has drastically declined due to illegal fishing, especially the use of gill nets that accidentally capture and kill these animals by drowning. The totoaba fish, which lives in the same waters and whose swim bladder is highly valued in the Chinese black market, poses a significant threat to the Vakita. Despite ongoing conservation efforts, such as using modified fishing nets to reduce bycatch, results have been limited due to the difficulty of controlling illegal fishing. The Vakita symbolizes how quickly a species can disappear without effective interventions. With so few individuals left, extinction is imminent. However, conservation organizations continue to fight to save this unique species, balancing the need to protect marine habitats and offering sustainable alternatives for local fishermen. Number 2. The axolotl is a fascinating amphibian native to the lakes of Mexico City, particularly Lake Xochimilco. Unlike most amphibians, the axolotl remains in its larval form throughout its life, meaning it stays aquatic and never undergoes the metamorphosis to become land-dwelling. Its unique appearance, with external gills and a seemingly permanent smile, has made it one of the most iconic and curious animals in the world. What makes the axolotl even more special is its extraordinary ability to regenerate. It can regrow limbs, tails, and even parts of organs like the heart and brain, attracting great scientific interest. However, despite these remarkable abilities, the axolotl is critically endangered. Rapid urbanization, pollution, and the introduction of invasive species to Mexican lakes have devastated its population, pushing it to the brink of extinction in the wild. Today, the axolotl primarily survives in laboratories and aquariums, where its biology continues to be studied for potential medical advancements. Conservation efforts aim to reverse the negative impact on the species' natural habitat, but the situation remains fragile. Number 3. The Seola, nicknamed the Asian unicorn, is one of the world's rarest and most mysterious mammals. Discovered only in 1992, the Seola inhabits the dense forests of the Annamite Mountains, spanning Vietnam and Laos. Since its discovery, it has been sighted in the wild only a few times, making it a true rarity. Its distinct appearance, with long, straight horns, gives it a mythical look similar to a unicorn. The Seola faces an intense struggle for survival. Poaching and habitat destruction are the main threats to the species. Traps set for other animals often ensnare the Seola, leading to its death. Additionally, forest fragmentation continues to restrict the space it can inhabit. Currently, the exact number of Seolas left in the wild is unknown, but it is believed to be extremely low, with some estimates suggesting fewer than 100 individuals. Conservation programs are trying to protect the Seola, but its elusive nature makes studying and implementing effective measures difficult. Number 4. The Amore leopard is the rarest big cat in the world, with fewer than 100 individuals living in the wild. Native to the temperate forests of southeastern Russia and northeastern China, this leopard is a unique subspecies with a thick coat adapted to the extreme cold of its habitat. Unfortunately, the beauty of its fur has also made it a target for poaching over the years, contributing to its dramatic population decline. In addition to poaching, habitat loss is another major challenge for the Amore leopard. Deforestation and agricultural expansion have significantly reduced the territory in which this species can hunt and reproduce. Recent conservation efforts, including the creation of protected areas and camera trap monitoring, have helped slightly increase its population in recent years, but the future of this subspecies remains uncertain. Protecting the Amore leopard is crucial, not only because of its rarity but also because of its role as a top predator in the ecosystem, helping to maintain the population balance of other species. Number 5. The Elphia is a small mammal found in the Tian Shan Mountains of China. Nicknamed the magic rabbit due to its round ears and adorable appearance, the Elphia was discovered in 1983 and is considered one of the world's rarest mammals. It is estimated that fewer than 1,000 individuals remain, making it extremely vulnerable to extinction. The Elphia's habitat is located in high mountain areas, but climate change has forced the species to move to even higher altitudes, where survival conditions are harsh. Additionally, human activities in the mountainous regions, such as farming and mining, have destroyed much of its habitat, further contributing to its population decline. The difficulty in studying this species complicates conservation efforts, as the Elphia is rarely spotted. Conservation organizations are trying to protect high-altitude habitats and reduce human interference, but saving the magic rabbit remains a significant challenge. Number 6. The Yangtze giant soft-shell turtle is considered one of the rarest turtles in the world, with only a few individuals known in captivity and an unknown number in the wild. Native to the Yangtze River in China and areas of Vietnam, this species has suffered a drastic population decline due to habitat destruction, pollution, and illegal capture. In recent years, efforts to save the species have focused on captive breeding programs. Unfortunately, these programs have faced challenges, as the few remaining individuals, including a male and female in captivity, have not successfully reproduced. The recent deaths of some of these individuals have further increased the urgency to find solutions before the species disappears completely. The Yangtze giant soft-shell turtle is a clear example of how environmental degradation and human activity can drive a species to the brink of extinction. Efforts to save these reptiles continue, but the future of the species is uncertain. Number 7. The Javan rhino is one of the rarest rhinoceros species in the world, with an estimated population of fewer than 80 individuals, confined to Ujung Kulon National Park in Indonesia. Once widely distributed throughout Southeast Asia, this species was decimated by poaching and habitat loss. The Javan rhino is particularly vulnerable because it is isolated in a single park. Any catastrophic event, such as a volcanic eruption or disease outbreak, could devastate the remaining population. Although it is a protected species, illegal poaching for the rhinoceros horn trade remains a threat. Even with strict protection measures in place, conservation efforts have focused on protecting its habitat and raising awareness about the need to safeguard this species. Ujung Kulon National Park is currently the last hope for the survival of the Javan rhino, but much work remains to be done. Number 8. The Kakao is a nocturnal and flightless parrot native to New Zealand. With fewer than 250 individuals left, the Kakao is one of the rarest birds in the world. It has nocturnal habits and is known for its curious personality and unusual behavior, including its inability to fly, making it particularly vulnerable to introduced predators like cats and rats. Once common in New Zealand's forests, the arrival of European settlers and their pets almost drove the species to extinction. Since then, conservation efforts have been intensive, including relocating kakapoos to predator-free islands where they can live safely and reproduce in a controlled environment. These efforts have shown positive results, with the kakao population slowly increasing. The ongoing work of scientists and conservationists is vital to ensure that this unique species has a chance to survive. Number 9. The mountain gorilla is one of two subspecies of eastern gorilla, found in the mountainous forests of Rwanda, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. With fewer than 1,000 individuals left, the mountain gorilla is at risk due to habitat loss, illegal hunting, and human conflict in the regions where they lived. However, there is good news for this species. Thanks to intensive conservation efforts, mountain gorilla populations have been showing a slow but steady recovery. Controlled ecotourism, where people pay to see the gorillas in their natural habitat, has generated valuable resources that are directly reinvested in protecting these animals and their forests. The complex relationship between humans and gorillas, which includes both threats and preservation, is an example of how well-executed conservation efforts can make a difference. Number 10. The Spixs Maaw is one of the world's rarest birds and has become a global symbol of conservation. Native to Brazil, this bird was declared extinct in the wild in the early 2000s, primarily due to habitat destruction and illegal capture for the pet trade. Thanks to captive breeding programs, the Spixs Maaw is now being reintroduced into its natural habitat in Brazil's Caatinga region. Small groups of birds raised in captivity are being released into the wild, with the goal of restoring a viable population. The success of this program depends on the continued protection of their habitat and efforts to combat poaching and the illegal pet trade. The story of the Spixs Maaw is a powerful demonstration of how coordinated human intervention can help save species on the brink of extinction. Although the future of the macaw is still uncertain, it represents hope in the field of global conservation. The 10 animals presented here are some of the rarest and most endangered creatures on the planet. Each faces unique challenges, primarily caused by human actions. The conservation of these species requires global and ongoing efforts to protect their habitats and combat threats like hunting and environmental destruction. While many are on the brink of extinction, stories like those of the Spixs Maaw and the mountain gorilla show that there is still hope. Protecting these animals is not just about biodiversity, but also about preserving the natural beauty and richness of our planet for future generations.